What's going on, guys? Welcome to part 5. We're going to be going ahead and putting the hardware on. Sorry it's been so long, but I just really wanted to make sure that the guitar had proper time to cure. And also I went ahead and I put stainless steel frets on it. And I didn't shoot that because I've never done stainless steel frets before. I've never done any fret job before. And it was a bit of a process. I did it myself because I wasn't going to pay to have it done. The frets that came on it weren't really that great, and I just refuse to play guitars without stainless steel frets because I wear them out so easily. And I think that the more dense material gives a more it gives a brighter tone because there's more energy being conserved within the string. So I am an avid believer in stainless steel strings. So I put those in here, and they actually look really, really good. I'm actually kind of impressed. But you know, again, I took like a week to do it. So since then, that's all I've done. Everything's still the same. I've got a couple nicks on it because I've been, you know, it takes time to do stuff on it, so I've been carrying around and stuff. But okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put the tailpiece in. So what I got here is, I grab my bag of goodies, my box of goodies. I got all the parts in it. I got these parts from guitarfetish.com, which is basically it's a U.S. dealer online. Go look them up, guitarfetish.com. And they're Chinese parts. They sell Chinese parts. Basically, this is the quality. They're the same as about an Epiphone, really, is what these parts are. So we got a tailpiece here. Nothing wrong with that. Just a steel tailpiece. And what I did here is on this particular kit, it doesn't give me the hole for the bridge for the ground. So I just drilled a little hole here for this on this side of the tailpiece, and this is actually my right side. And it's going down that way. So the hole is actually kind of coming out the top of the stud, where the stud's going to go, right at the top. So the reason for that is, and I have this here. This is just a cloth wire from Stumac. It's kind of the vintage one with the lead that you pull down. Pretty much the standard if you want really nice wiring. This is the stuff to use. I think I got this on Stumac for $1.08 or something. It comes with two 1-foot pieces, so I got a few of these laying around. So what I'm going to do is I kind of just peeled a little bit down, bent a little bit of it down like that, and I'm going to stick it through this way, through the hole, and it is, I just drilled it through to the body cavity, obviously. And this is, we got to put this in before we put the stud in, because the stud's going to actually the stud is going to pin this down. And the reason that we drilled the hole at the top going down is so that what we're going to do is we're going to put a little angle on this wire here, facing down, and I'm going to stuff it in there. Pull it just right there. So now, I know you can't see in here, but now the only thing that's sticking out of that hole is my wire facing down. And the reason for that is that when we put the stud in, obviously it's the ground, it's part of the ground that connects to the bridge, but when we put the stud in, it's not going to pull the wire out or trying to push it back out of its hole. It's going to, if nothing else, drag it a little bit, which is totally fine, and it's going to pin it down really nice. So that'll give us a really, really strong connection for the ground. When we do go to wire it up, that'll be the bridge ground. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take a rubber mallet and I'm going to go ahead and ding this stud in. And I just got a little rubber mallet here. I'm going to use this. Should be fine against studs, and it's pretty firm, so we'll also be able to get a decent little hit on it. There we go. Perfect. You don't want to hit it down too hard, but you definitely want to make sure it's seated in there. And my holes are fairly tight as well. They're not very, I didn't bore them out very good. So, which I did on purpose because I wanted them to be right. If you don't have a rubber mallet, you can probably go get one at your local Harbor Freight or whatever tool store you got. Chinese tool store, they usually got these pretty cheap. A lot of stores also sell like the brass ones, or I mean the plastic and rubber ones like this. Or if nothing else, get yourself a cloth and fold it up and just use a normal hammer with a cloth over the top. Perfect. Alright, we'll go on to the bridge. Okay, so I got the bridge here. It's kind of your typical import style bridge. It has the screw adjustment here. Obviously the studs are big, so you have to kind of have one. On the newer Gibson Les Pauls, they don't have as big of stud holes pre-drilled, so if you're going to buy a kit, you're going to have to usually put something like this in it because it has the big studs. I prefer this one. You can buy a Nashville bridge that's like this, that has the bigger studs that are nicer. You can buy really nice versions of this style bridge that have the screwdriver adjustment, and have the bigger studs. I also like it because of the bigger studs. I feel like you're going to get a lot more solid energy transfer. We want everything to be as firm and tight as possible. At least I do. That's how I like my stuff. So I think I got this on guitarfetish.com for around 20 bucks, maybe not even, maybe a little more. I can't really remember. I'll put the prices up there for you. It wasn't a whole lot at all, and it also has brass saddles, which I really thought was cool. I'm gonna go ahead and try them out. I've never played a brass saddle or a brass nut before, so I figured we'll go ahead and try that out. So same thing. Got the studs here. Just go ahead and tap them in. There we go. And if this is a tight fit, it's okay, and it's not. It's a perfect fit. So there we go. The tailpiece is a little bit tight. It does come off though. It's not that bad. So that's totally fine. Again, like I said, I'm not worried if it's tight. As long as it goes on there nice, and it does. You know, eventually it'll work its way and it'll get nice and smooth. This is perfect though. That's exactly what we want. So next things next, we will go to putting the covers on. I'm also going to be putting the pickups in the covers and then mounting them on here. Probably do the covers first, just getting the holes went ahead set up. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got the tailpiece in. We went ahead and got the bridge in too. And I just went ahead and put these in. I wasn't able to shoot a whole lot of it because I'm not very good at lining these things up. I always find these are they're just horrible. If you're even off a little bit, it'll warp and it'll be off. So this took quite a while, but I finally got it. Also too, I would recommend, if you're gonna buy the bridge piece on the back, I would buy a Gibson one, or at least buy one that has the screws included with it, because you can't use normal pick guard screws in the back one because they won't reach the actual maple because it's taller. So the front ones you can use normal pick guard screws if you've bought like a baggie of them like I have, but the back ones you have to use them. And I think I got this for like $6 on eBay. It was a real Gibson one. Same thing with this one. They're both real Gibson ones, but so yeah, I just went ahead. Usually what I do is I just measure the width of the fretboard here, and I make a center line, and then I measure how long this is, split it in half, and I make a center line, and I just line up the neck with the line on line to make sure it's straight. It's pretty easy with that one. And the back one, honestly, I just eyeball that one because I'm just not good at lining these things up. Every time I do it, I end up messing something up. So went ahead and got that in, and the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and put the switch on with the cover. Now the hole for this is just a little bit too small. I did get a real Gibson switch just because after seeing how this thing's turning out, how I really like it, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some fairly decent parts in it. So I did get a Gibson switch. I think it was $15 on eBay, so not too bad. And I got this little rhythm treble display here, so little poker chip thing. So that I think I got that on eBay as well. It was like $2. It's not a real one, but I'm gonna go ahead and make this hole a little bit bigger, and then I'll go ahead and put the switch in. Okay, so I went ahead and made the hole a little bigger. I just took my drill bit and went and kind of bored it out a little bit. I get the switch here. So the way that this thing works is obviously it put it in the back, like so, just like that. Nope, there you go. And what it is it's got obviously this little rhythm and treble piece here, and then the nut goes over top of that and actually fits inside that. It's almost like putting a washer on something, and then you just do it just like that. I'm gonna line this up. I'm gonna line that up just like that, and then I got a little tool here. I'm just going to tighten this down and try and keep the poker chip here lined up. So after I tighten that down, which that'll pretty much be done. And you see, I got the switch exposed in the back to get wired up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pots in and get those ready and put the knobs on those, so that'll be next. Okay, so we got one pot in just now. I'll show you what I'm using here. I'm just using All-Part 500K pots. Nothing too special, they're short shaft pots, so I don't have to do a whole lot of measuring. I like doing short shaft on these ones if they'll fit. That way they come pretty close to the body. I don't have to worry about having the nut, you know, underneath there and getting it spaced all evenly and all that crap. So so here it is here. It is pretty close though, but it's good. As you can see, I gotta move it around a little bit there. I gotta face it this way. But what I do is we gotta bore the holes out a little bit because these kits always come with 2 small holes. So bore the holes out a little bit, drill them out, stick your pot in there, and then I just got a little socket here that fits it, and I just by hand tighten them. So I'm just gonna go one by one by one, and once we do that, that's pretty much good. I'll go ahead and put the knobs on them. Again, I just got these pots from eBay. I think they were like $2.99 a piece, maybe not even. Everything I got's pretty much from eBay, pretty much next to nothing prices. Same thing with these here. These are All-Parts volume and tone knobs, so these will go on all these. I'll put these on when I'm done. These are all, again, $5-6 I think it was for those. Fairly cheap stuff. Got some strap locks here. These are only about $15, so I love the shallow strap locks, authentic too, so that's cool. So yeah, I'll go ahead and finish putting the pots in, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so we went ahead and get the pots in. As you can see there, I just threw one knob on there. They take a little finagling because they're so close to the top. You got to do a little bit of surgery in there to get them sitting flat. They got a little barb on one side that helps them hook into the wood, and you just got to position them just right. Sometimes it's a little uneven of a cut, so the pot will come out sticking. Sometimes it'll come out sticking the wrong way, and you got to make sure that you want it sticking out straight. Whatever angle it's sitting at, you want it to be as straight as you can get it. So, but there you go. It's not too bad. Got it in there nice. Got them cranked down. Got them all kind of facing inwards towards each other. So we got both pickups coming out fully wired here. We got the ground from the bridge. Got the switch in the top. The switch is not obviously hooked up yet of any kind. There's no wires on it. We'll do that when we go to wire it all up. But yeah, so the next thing I'm gonna do here is just go ahead and pop the knobs on. Go ahead and pop my bridge on. And I'm getting pretty excited. This is coming together. This is pretty sweet. It's crazy. It's just such a long time coming. You know, it's to see this thing actually come together. It's incredible. You don't even think it's possible till you get there and you're like, oh wow. So I'm probably going to take the switch back off. Honestly, I just put it on there because I really wanted to see it, because I'm going to wire it up on the outside and then stick it in because it's pretty tight in there. It's not really worth wiring it up while it's in there. As far as the wiring goes, I don't think I'm gonna shoot me actually wiring it up, only because it's gonna be really complicated. You're not gonna be able to see very well. You're not gonna really get anything out of it, because I got these pickups here from these are Stumac Golden Age overwound pickups. They're Alnico 5 magnets, slightly overwound, which was the type of magnet and sound that I was kind of going for. They were fairly cheap. They were only, I think, they were on sale for $30 a piece. But they're nice. They're nice pickups. I've heard them before. I really like them. I'll be really interested in what they sound like in this guitar. So, in saying that, I have a specific wiring diagram that came with these ones, and the leads aren't the same color as maybe like a Seymour Duncan one. So even showing you isn't really going to help you any if you're trying to wire up something else necessarily, unless you're doing specifically these. So I'm just going to go ahead and wire it up, and I'll show you guys some other options when I'm all done, when I wrap up, about what you could do. I was originally going to do like a Guitar Fetish offers a plug and play system with fairly decent pickups that you can just plug right in, one in one. You put all the pots in, you put this in, you just literally plug everything in. It even comes with the jack already done, so you just put the jack on the tip here. And I've had that in a guitar before, and you know what, I liked it. The whole harness was 20 bucks. The pickups are $22 a piece. I mean, it's super cheap for the entire setup, and you don't have to wire nothing. And they sound pretty good. So if you want to check those out, guitarfetish.com. And I'll show you guys in the next video. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you the harness and stuff. Only thing I didn't like too much about it is it buzzes just a little bit. And you know, after thinking about it with this guitar, with how much work I put into it, and at this point I really want to, you know, I want to play it and I want it to sound amazing. This was still a really low budget option. These were all pretty low budget, and the fact that I'm wiring it myself is also going to be low budget, because basically you just need some wire. I got a couple capacitors. Again, you know, pots are $3 a piece. The switch was 15 bucks, but you don't have to get a nice switch as that. I just figured why skimp at this point, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these knobs on, and then up next, after we do that, we're pretty much just gonna put the tuners on, and I'm gonna wire it up. And yeah, so after we put the knobs on, we'll go to the tuners. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the strap locks in really quick. Again, I got the Schaller strap locks here. Here's the piece here that goes on the strap itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drill a little pilot hole. I don't really worry about this too much. I kind of just eyeball this. I've seen a lot of them. I know about where they go, and plus this is locking, so we don't have to worry about it too much. So about right there. It's got a little tiny one. You don't want to make too big of a pilot hole, because these things are notorious for working their way out. So there we go. And I just do pretty much the middle of this side to the middle of that side, not necessarily the wood, but actually the middle of the binding. And yeah, that should be perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and use the longer one. It's cool too, because these little Schaller strap locks come with a short one, a short screw, or you can put a really long screw in there, like this one. And I always use this one because that'll, over time, that won't work its way out. It'll be in there firm, probably never come out. So yeah, I'll do it the other side, and I'll go ahead and put the strap locks on. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got all the knobs on there. I'll go ahead and show you that. Knobs are all done. We got the tailpiece on, we got the bridge on, pickups, the switch. I went ahead and put the strap locks in there. I went ahead and put the input jack face on there, cover for that. So we're pretty much getting close, and it's getting really cool, but we got to go ahead and put the tuners in. And this is going to be kind of the hard part, and I'll tell you why. Because we went ahead, and now remember, there's two types of kits. There's the kit that's the cheaper kit that doesn't really fit the Gibson headstock veneers that you can buy on eBay. So this is like an exact Gibson headstock veneer. So I mean, in terms of the holes and everything like that. So if you're gonna buy one of those and go the route that I did in the videos, I believe in part 3, and put the veneer on here to get a pretty accurate logo and all that, you are going to have to get the nicer kit, the one that's in the link in the description in the second part, the video part 2. And so you're going to have to get a more higher quality kit, slightly higher quality. I mean, this thing was $150 because I bought it on AliExpress from China. And if you go to any other site selling those, it'll be, you know, $250 or, you know, $280, maybe even $300 sometimes. I know Bulldog Guitars, I think, is basically just AliExpress bought kits. That's all they are, and it's all this is really. It's the same thing. They're all pretty much the same. They're made by the same few factories, and they have very accurate shapes. So what I'm saying is we have these holes here, and as you can see, they're not completely perfect. Some are a little bit lower, some are slightly to the left or askew or whatever. It's not a big deal. If you got one of the cheaper kits that we usually see, like the Sagas or, you know, whatever, the $99, $120 kits that you can buy in the States, I'm saying, if you're buying a $120 kit in the States from somebody selling it here, it's going to be a really cheap kit. You need to buy a $120, $150 kit from China directly, and it'll be a nice kit, because that same $150 one in China you buy here in the States is going to be $250 or $300. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, and it's going to be kind of askew on the back, but that's okay. We're going to be drilling out these holes. I'm going to be drilling with my drill. Got my drill here, and I'm going to be drilling with a smaller bit, and I'm just going to bore them out to the size of the black hole. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to make the bit too big and try to go down. You don't want to do any of that. You just want to get a bit in there that's going to go in there easily, you know, about the size of the hole that you can see that's going to go in there, and then just work it till you dowel out the side, dowel the hole out so it fits the black hole. We want the tuners to fit the black holes, not the wood, not the holes from the neck themselves, which means that our holes are going to be a little bit oblong on the back, but that's perfectly fine. Because again, like I said, the shaft is going to touch the top of the shaft is going to go into the top of the veneer. It's thick enough where it will, and we're going to screw them down. And it's not going to be that far off anyways. It's going to be pretty much up and down and not really left or right. So it's going to be a little skew here, but you're not going to see it once you put the tuners on, and it's going to fit fine. So as you can see there, I got a little boo-boo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my drill. I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes out. And then when I drill the holes out, I'll go ahead and stick the tuners on, and we'll go to that part. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got everything together. What I'm going to do next here is put the tuners in, and the way I'm going to do this, I got them all drilled out. The way I'm going to do this is go ahead and stick them in, and then I'm going to put the nut on top with the washer on it, and I'm actually going to tighten it down without screwing it in. And then when I line all of them up, I'm going to have them all screwed in from the tops without actually screwing the back screws in. I'm going to get them all lined up and tightened down so I can just tweak them and let them sit. And then I'm going to take my little drill, and I'm just going to drill a pilot hole, little tiny pilot hole in each one, and I'm just going to go ahead and screw the screws in. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of them in first, get all the nuts on them, get them all looking how I want to, side to side, look at it from the front, really make sure that they're all straight, and then go ahead and I'll just drill little pilot holes on all of them. I got a little tiny drill bit with my little drill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up, and then yeah, I'll go ahead and put the screws in, and that should be good. I'm going to put the back covers on, and that's literally all I have to do. So I already screwed in the strap lock, so yeah, that should be good. So the next video I'll have the strings on it, and hopefully be doing a little sound test for you guys. What's going on, guys? So here it is, all done. Sorry for the long wait. It's just been a crazy couple months. I've been really trying to get around to doing it, but you know, it's just been busy. Got the holidays coming up, and I had my birthday in January, so it was just really busy. But I got it all done. Here it is. I know I didn't shoot very much footage of it. I just got really busy, but nothing really complicated. I'll talk to you guys all through it, how I got it done. There's the tuners, headstock. Got them all in straight and nice. A little nick there, that's an old wound. Went ahead and sanded the back off because I like a natural back. So basically what I did is I went ahead and put the tuners in. I think you saw that at the end of the last clip. The tuners were in. What I went ahead and did, I don't remember if I said it or not, but I basically just screwed them in tight, put the bolts in on this very top here, and then I kind of tightened down without screwing them in from the back. Then I straightened them up, and I really just eyeballed them. From that point, went ahead and did pilot holes, just drilled a couple little pilot holes and screwed them in, and as you can see, they're really straight. I got them pretty straight just by eyeballing it. As far as the electronics go, again, I'm not very good at electronic work like soldering and stuff, especially Les Pauls. I can pretty much do a Strat just by looking at it, but a Les Paul, I don't like doing it. It's a lot of work, so I went ahead and just took it to Guitar Center and had a guy do it that I know. I got a guy named Jacob up there. He's really good. Good friends with him. You know, he pretty much does anything I need like that. So I thought it'd be good just to let him do it. Let him take care of it. Now the pickups, I saw a guy comment in the last video where he was suggesting some pickups from GuitarFetish.com. That's actually not a bad way to go at all. I've bought their wiring harness and their quick plug pickups. I mean, you can get an entire harness and pickups for probably $80, $90 shipped. So that's a good option to take if you're going for real cheap. You don't have to do any soldering. You can pretty much just, you know, plug them in, put your pots in, and have it all ready to go. Originally, that's actually funny he said that, because that's what I was going to do. I had them all lined up and everything. I had the kit and everything sitting in the box. And, you know, after putting so much work into this thing and it really turning out just so nice, I just was like, you know what, this is going to be my Les Paul. I'm going to go ahead and do it right. So, yeah, I went ahead and got the strap locks. Got some Shaler strap locks. I think that was $20. Got my little denim strap here that I always like to use, which is awesome. So yeah, guys, there it is. I put the standard truss rod cover in there and actually ended up splitting the top of it by accident. I tightened the screw down too tight. But it looks good. I'm so happy with it. It's freaking cool. It's got a nice flame in it. When it's in this type of light, it just looks so awesome. Got a couple nicks in it from messing with it, you know. But I've been setting it up, and it plays pretty good. Like I said, I put the frets in myself, and I don't have any fret tools, so they're like really big frets. It's taken quite a bit of setup to get them right, you know. This is pretty much no mock fitting before I get this thing together, so I took a couple weeks here and tweaked it a little bit, It still needs its intonation set up a little bit better. But other than that, it's playing pretty good. I think I got it in not open D. I think I got it in like D tuning though. It's tuned down like a whole step. But yeah, there it is. Very cool. And I will do a little sound test here and let you guys hear it. I'm playing through a Blackstar HT100, and I have a Marshall half stack. It's got the 2 vintage 30s in it. So yeah, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so I got it here on the rhythm section. Here, everything wide open, tones wide open. Another thing too is these are actually the same output pickups. I bought 2 bridges because I actually kind of like my neck pickups to be as hot as my treble, as my bridge pickup. So my neck pickup to be as hot as my bridge pickup. So it's not much of a volume jump between the two. Alright, so we got it on the bridge pickup here, a little bit of a crunch. This is the second channel, the first overdrive channel. So here's what it sounds like. It sounds pretty ballsy. Okay, now what I did is I turned the middle up a little bit, the mid-range, turned the bass down a little bit, and I turned my ISF function to the right, which is kind of the marshaller side of the amp sounding. So it'll sound a little bit more ballsy. This is on the 3rd overdrive channel, bridge pickup. It's pretty hot. Alright, and go ahead and go to the rhythm pickup so you can see what the neck sounds like. Guys, thank you so much for all of your comments and your feedback and all the likes and views and shares and everything you guys have done. Thanks for subbing. There it is. Sorry it took so long, but that is it. She's beautiful. I highly recommend you guys go out and build your own, and I would love if you guys would tag me in some of the videos and put them underneath in the comments, maybe on this video here, the 5th part, and show me what you guys have done or give me leads to some of your own project videos and your Les Paul kits that you're going to start or whatever you guys are doing. So that about wraps it up. That does it for me. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight playing this thing. It's been so much fun building it. It's been a great learning experience. Like I said, I've never done anything like this before. I saw that some of you guys were pretty inspired by the parts that you wanted to go out and do your own, and I think that's just awesome. I think that's great. So I would love to see what you guys do. Like I said, you know, if I can do this, you guys can do it. I'm no way an expert in any of this stuff. This is pretty much my first build like this I've ever done. You know, and I pulled it off, and I got a sweet looking Les Paul, in my opinion. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted my own Les Paul without spending, you know, squillions of dollars to get one. So, alright guys, until next time, rock on. I'll see you later.